Hello students, let us continue exercise 2.3 question number 2. Check whether the first polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial by dividing the second polynomial by the first polynomial. Here we have to check whether the first polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial. How? By dividing the second polynomial by the first polynomial. So let us see the solution. In the first question we are given two polynomials and we will be dividing 2t raised to 4 plus 3t cube minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12 by t square minus 3. Before we start dividing, let us find out exactly what do we mean by the term factor. When do we call a number factor of a given number? For example, we have 10 over here and I can say that 1, 2, 5 and 10 are factors of the number 10. But what about the number 3? Is 3 a factor of number 10? No, 3 is not a factor of the number 10 because when we divide 10 by 3, we don't get the remainder 0. On the other hand, when we divide 10 by 2, then we have the remainder 0. That is why we say that 2 is a factor of 10. Similarly, for a polynomial to be the factor of another polynomial, when we divide the first polynomial by the second polynomial, the remainder should be 0. Then we can say that a given polynomial is a factor. Otherwise, it is not a factor. So let us divide this polynomial by t square minus 3. To find the first term of the quotient, we will divide first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. On dividing 2t raised to 4 by t square, we get 2t square. So we have 2 into t raised to 4 when we multiply these two, and when we multiply minus 3 by 2t square we have minus 6t square. On subtracting, the sign changes and we have plus 4t square minus 9t minus 12 and 3t cube as it is. Next, for the second term of the quotient we will divide 3t cube by t square, then we have plus 3t. And again, subtracting with the terms, we multiply 3t by t square and minus 3 also with 3t. We have minus 3 3s are 9t. So on subtracting, the sign changes and both these terms are cancelled. We have 4t square minus 12. Plus 9t minus 90 becomes 0. Same over here. Again, for the third term of the quotient, we have to divide 4t square by t square, then we have 4. Again, multiplying by the divisor, we have 4t square minus 12. This is the same term, so when we subtract, the remainder becomes 0. Now, as I said, the remainder is 0, then we can say that t square minus 3 is a factor of this polynomial. Since remainder is equal to 0, we can say that this is a factor of this polynomial. This is the symbol for since. Now the second sub question is similar like the first sub question. So I want you all to try question number 2 on your own. Let us proceed with question number 3. Here we have to divide x raised to 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1 by x cube minus 3x plus 1. So on dividing we get, let us proceed with the long division process. So finding the first term of the quotient, we have x raised to 5 divided by x cube, which gives x square. So on multiplying x square with each of these terms, we have x raised to 5 and this is minus 3x into x square, which gives minus 3x cube. So here in this question it was not necessary to add this term, but still if we have added this, it is not wrong because it is simply 0. It doesn't make any difference to the polynomial. So we will just simply ignore this term from here. Next, minus plus 1 into x square, we have plus x square. So on subtracting, the sign will change. This gets cancelled and similarly this gets cancelled, and here we have minus x cube and then plus 3x plus 1. For finding the second term of the quotient, we will be dividing minus x cube with x cube, then we have minus 1. So minus x cube plus 3x and this is minus 1. So on subtracting, these two terms gets cancelled and this becomes plus. So here we have 2. Now the remainder is 2. That means the remainder is not equal to 0. Since remainder is not equal to 0. X cube minus 3x plus 1 is not a factor of this polynomial. Let us now proceed with question number 3. Obtain all other zeros of 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 if two of its zeros are root of 5 by 3 and minus root of 5 by 3. Here two zeros of this polynomial is given, and in this polynomial the degree is 4 because we have x to the power 4. So we know that for a polynomial of degree 4 we can find at most 4 zeros, and 2 zeros are already given. That means we have to find 2 more zeros. So before solving this question, let us quickly revise how we used to find the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. So let us consider this quadratic polynomial. Px is equal to x square minus 11x plus 30. We are going to find the zeros of this polynomial by splitting the middle term, the method of splitting the middle term. So here we have this polynomial is equal to 0, then we will split this middle term. So we can write x square minus 5x minus 6x plus 30 is equal to 0. You know how to split the middle term. This will multiply to 30x square, and if we add these we will get minus 11x. So taking common x into x minus 5 and minus 6, we get x minus 5 is equal to 0. So here we have x minus 5 into x minus 6, which is equal to 0. On solving we have x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0. Then we can say that x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 6. That means these two are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. Now if we go a step back, that means if x is equal to 5, we can say that x minus 5 is equal to 0. Similarly, for x is equal to 6, we can say that x minus 6 is equal to 0. Again, if we look backwards, we have x minus 5 into x minus 6 is equal to 0. If we multiply these two, we will get this whole quadratic polynomial. That means x minus 5 and x minus 6 are two factors of this polynomial. It is very simple. 3 into 2 is equal to 6. That means we are multiplying two numbers to get another number. That means if we divide 6 by 3, we will get the remainder 0. Similarly, if we divide 6 by 2, we will get the remainder 0. Same is the case for this polynomial. ये दो पॉलिनोमियल्स को मल्टीप्लाई करके हमें ये पॉलिनोमियल मिल रहा है. दैट मीन्स दीज टू पॉलिनोमियल्स आर द फैक्टर ऑफ दिस क्वाड्रेटिक पॉलिनोमियल. नाउ लेट अस सॉल्व क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. For this polynomial px, we are given that these two are the zeros. So just like I explained it to you right now, we can write x minus root of 5 by 3 and x plus root of 5 by 3 are the factors of px. Now if we multiply these two brackets, that means if we multiply x minus root 5 by 3 and x plus root 5 by 3, we can relate it to a identity, you know. It is a minus b into a plus b, right? So it is a square minus b square. So here we have x square minus b square. If we do the square of root 5 by 3, square of root 5 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3. So here we have x square minus 5 by 3 is a factor of px. Now since it is a factor, if we divide this polynomial by x square minus 5 by 3, we will get the remainder 0. You don't have to write this as a part of solution. This is just for your understanding. So let us now proceed with the division. So for finding first term of the quotient, we will divide first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. That means 3x to the power 4 divided by x square. Then we have 3x square. Again multiplying this with the terms of the divisor, we have 3x to the power 4. And when we multiply minus 5 by 3 with 3x square, 3 and 3 will get cancelled, and we have minus 5x square. Again on subtracting, the sign changes. We have 6x cube plus 3x square minus 10x minus 5. Okay, this will be 3x square and this gets cancelled on subtracting. Next, for the second term of the quotient, we have 6x cube divided by x square. Then we have plus 6x. So here it is 6x cube, and again multiplying minus 5 by 3 into 6x, we have minus 10x. So minus 10x. Again on subtracting, these terms will get cancelled. We have 3x square minus 5. So on dividing 3x square by x square, we get plus 3. So 3x square, and when we multiply minus 5 by 3 we get minus 5. Again when we subtract, these two gets cancelled and the remainder is 0. So as we know, this is a factor, the remainder is 0. Now we have another polynomial which is quadratic. So we can write this polynomial as the product of quotient and divisor, and since remainder is 0, plus 0. So over here 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 can be written as the product of these two. If we plus 0 or if we don't, it doesn't matter. So over here we have two factors of this polynomial px. So for px is equal to 0, that means for finding the zeros of this polynomial, we take px is equal to 0. Then we have 3x square plus 6x plus 3 into x square minus 5 by 3 is equal to 0. That means either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. Over here we have the solutions of those two quadratic equations. So this was already given. We have x is equal to plus root 5 by 3 and minus of root 5 by 3. Similarly, when you solve this quadratic equation, you will get x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to minus 1. That means apart from these two, the other two zeros are minus 1 and minus 1. Thus, all other zeros of px are minus 1 and minus 1. Question number 4. On dividing x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 by a polynomial gx, the quotient and remainder were x minus 2 and minus 2x plus 4 respectively. Find gx. In this question, we have to find gx. Now when we divide this polynomial by gx, we have quotient is equal to x minus 2 and remainder is equal to minus 2x plus 4. So let us see the solution. Question number 4, it is given that px, which is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 is the dividend. We need to find the divisor gx. Qx, which is equal to x minus 2 is the quotient, and Rx equal to minus 2x plus 4 is the remainder. Now we will find gx by using the division algorithm for polynomials, which is px is equal to gx into qx plus Rx. So here we have px. We are just substituting the values of these polynomials. So px is equal to gx into qx, which is x minus 2 plus Rx, which is minus 2x plus 4. Now we want to find gx, so we will keep gx in one side and we will take the other polynomials to the left hand side. So here it is plus minus 2x plus 4. When we take it to the left hand side, it will become minus. So we have x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 minus 2x plus 4, which is equal to gx into x minus 2. So over here when we open the bracket, it will be x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2, minus into minus we get plus 2x, and minus into plus we have minus 4, which is again equal to gx into x minus 2. Now we will solve if we have any like terms. So here we have x and here it is 2x. So x plus 2x we get 3x. So x cube minus 3x square. Now we have plus 3x and here we have plus 2 and minus 4. Then we have minus 2, which is equal to gx into x minus 2. Now we want to find gx, and with gx we have x minus 2 in multiplication on the right hand side. When we take this to the left hand side, we will have division. So over here we can say that gx is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. That will be the value of gx. So in short, for finding gx, what will we have to do? We have to divide px by x minus 2. So let us do the long division. Over here for finding first term of the quotient, we will divide x cube with x, which is x square. On multiplying x square with both of these terms, we have x cube minus 2x square. On subtracting, the sign changes, this will get cancelled and this will become plus. So over here we have minus x square plus 3x minus 2. For the second term of the quotient, we will divide minus x square with x, we will get minus x. So on multiplying minus x with x, we have minus x square, and this is minus into minus plus 2x. So again on subtracting the sign will change. We have x minus 2. On dividing x with x we have plus 1. So we have x minus 2, and when we subtract the remainder becomes 0. So now we can write this term as a product of quotient and divisor. So we can write this polynomial is equal to product of these two polynomials. So when we take this to the left hand side, it will become in the division form. So here we have 3x square, x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 is equal to x square minus x plus 1. And what was this? This was equal to gx. So we have found the value of gx. We have calculated that if we divide x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 by x minus 2, we will get gx. Thus, the divisor gx is equal to x square minus x plus 1. Question number 5. Give examples of polynomials px, gx, qx and rx which satisfy the division algorithm. And first, degree of px is equal to degree of qx. Here px, gx, qx and rx are polynomials which satisfy the division algorithm. Here we can say px is the dividend, gx is the divisor, qx is the quotient and rx is the remainder. So in the first case we have to find these polynomials such that degree of px should be equal to degree of qx. So let us see the solution. In the first question, degree of px should be equal to degree of qx. That means degree of dividend should be equal to degree of quotient. So let us take px is equal to 5x cube plus 10x square plus 15. This is the dividend. So we have to take the divisor accordingly, that the quotient should have the same degree as px. That means quotient should also have x cube in it. Now if we take gx with 5x or 5x square, that means if we take gx with any term having any variable of any degree, then the degree of quotient will not be equal to degree of px. That means when we take 5x, then we will divide x cube with x. That means the first term of the quotient will be x square. Similarly over here, when we take 5x square, the first term of the quotient will be x. So we won't get this condition. This condition won't satisfy. So for that we need to take a constant polynomial, for example 5, which does not have any variable. So now when we divide px by gx, in px we can take 5 common, then we have x cube plus 2x square plus 3, and when we divide it by gx, 5 and 5 gets cancelled. So what we are left with is qx. So here qx is also a cubic polynomial and px is also a cubic polynomial. Therefore degree of px is equal to degree of qx. Now in this question, all these polynomials satisfy Euclid's division algorithm, or you can say this polynomial satisfy the division algorithm for polynomials. You can find many other polynomials which satisfy division algorithm along with this condition. In the second question, you have to find polynomials in which degree of qx is equal to degree of rx. That means degree of quotient should be equal to degree of the remainder. So for here, let us take any polynomial px which is equal to 2x cube minus 4x square plus 8x. This is the px. So here I want degree of qx should be equal to degree of rx. So accordingly you should think and take gx. So here I am taking gx is equal to x cube minus 2x square plus 4x. I have taken the divisor as x cube minus 2x square plus 4. So when I divide px with gx, I can find that I can take 2 common in px, then what I am left with is the divisor. That means I have taken gx in such a way that it cancel out with the polynomial we are dividing. That means it cancel out with the dividend and we are left with 2, which is the quotient qx. So here it is completely divisible. That means the remainder is 0. Since 0, the remainder is of degree 0 because it is a constant polynomial, and similarly 2 is also of degree 0 as 2 is also a constant polynomial, then we can say that in this also degree of qx is equal to degree of rx. So now you must have understood how we should take px and gx. In this question I have done nothing but I have simply multiplied gx by 2 so that I will get qx of degree 0, that means a constant polynomial. Similarly you can think of many other polynomials which satisfy this condition. In question number 3 you need to find polynomials in which degree of the remainder is 0. So we have example over here where degree of remainder is 0 because it is a constant polynomial, or else in sub question number 3 of question number 2 we had two polynomials where px is equal to x raised to 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1, and gx was equal to x cube minus 3x plus 1. So when we divided px by gx we got rx is equal to 2. We have already solved this question. So over here degree of rx is equal to 0. This is also an example. This is also one of the example of polynomial whose degree of remainder is equal to 0.